Today we are going to discuss about the Power BI part. As you all well aware about, Power BI is one of the widely used across industries for data visualization because visualizing the data as far as the decision making in reference to the business, what is that we are performing, is essentially important nowadays. So data visualization plays a vital and important role for any of the organizations. So this is nothing to do with technology, nothing to do with domain. So irrespective of the technology we belongs to, irrespective of the domain we come from, data visualization plays a vital and important role. So there are a lot of tools as I mentioned some time back, like Power BI, Tableau, all that. So I'm going to discuss about the Power BI, importance of Power BI, wherein you will be having an option where we can import the data from the Excel, all that stuff. At the same time, we have different things. Whatever that I'm going to show you, it to add the report means if you want any kind of data to be added to the existing report, so that can be done with. So this is in connect to the SQL because SQL is a database. This thing will be there. So using SQL Server and all, we can import the data from SQL Server as well. At the same time, we can import the data even from an Excel sheet, whatever that we are preparing, because we normally tend to use Excel and all everything for our data calculations, all that. This is there from the beginning itself. We were doing this from ages. So there is an advantage where we can import the data from the Excel where here. So I'm just showing you how this can be done. So here anyway, fortunately enough that we have there is a connectivities all that will be available here where we have to connect with import data from Excel where we need to select the information here. Okay, for example, uh, there is some data I'm connecting here. For example, this is it, right? So stakeholder related stuff is what I'm taking. Okay, stakeholder analysis and management is what I'm taking now, right? So this is the data I'm taking in reference to the application what we have. So there is a connectivity in reference to that Excel which we have connected here. Right. So there are the three different sheets where you have under the stakeholder analysis and management here. Here we have an option where we can have an option where to display the options whatever is available. Right here you can see in the first sheet whatever the information was there. So everything can be seen here. At the same time, wherein if you are connecting with the second sheet, so the second and third sheets doesn't have any information, right? Point to be noted. So we have only an information in reference to the first sheet, which is called Excel first sheet, right? So there you, whatever the stakeholder analysis and management in reference to the stakeholders we have, followed by the kind of work, what is that they are performing. Apart from that, whatever the decisions like whether they are interested, right? So power, responsibility, all that. So that's what generally it is here. So I have selected the first sheet because the information is there in only in the first sheet, not in the second and third ones. Now here there is an option here. We have two different options. We have an option where load and second is transform data. Now if you are clicking on the load data, wherein automatically the data will be loaded into the existing repository what we have here, right? If you want to do any kind of yeah, you can see here, right? So the data will be loaded here automatically where we are connecting a model here, right? So the first sheet whatever we have prepared and whatever we have connected in reference to the Excel which is getting loaded. Yeah, so 20 rows were loaded, right? As of now 20 rows were loaded is what it was showing you. Okay, It's working on it. Right. So yeah. So this is where the data we have taken. Where here you have an option for visualization and all that. We have different options like bar charts. At the same time, we have pie diagrams, even pie charts, all that will be there. At the same time, we have 100% stake at column charts will be there. At the same time, we have some matrix. What is that? We need to follow all that stuff. So here there is a chart which I am showing you. Is a sample chart called a staked column chart, right? So here is the staked column chart in reference to the requirement whatever we have taken, where we have an option here, add data fields, all that, right? So add data fields and all that. So this is how generally this chart preparations and all everything will be showing on the Excel sheet. Now, if you want to integrate this with other things, where I've just selected an option called column. Yeah, here is the information. What are the information we have taken and all everything? That information was uploaded here. At the same time, if you want to see this in this model kind of stuff, here we have an option where we can see. Or else if you want to see it in a report format, because make sure here we need to have this report format, whatever the report formats we have and all everything, those reports and all everything can be connected here, right? So we have more options where we can have the reports, all that stuff you can see, right? So this is a report, this thing what we have, all that, right? So right, so here there is a report one which has been already transformed, right, from an Excel sheet and all, where we have an option where we can transform. At the same time, you can see there is an option where we can all these whatever the information we have and all everything, so that we can transform this even in pie chart also. So there is a transformation of data from an existing data what we have and all everything, from there to the Excel sheet related stuff and all everything that can be transformed. That is what generally the basic thing, whatever I'm explaining you, the basic import of information from the data, where we can transform it. So wherein this side of ability, this side of possibilities and all everything were there. This is point number one. And second, I'm going to show you one more blank page where right. So these are the different pages we have opened. In the first page, what are the related information and all everything will be there here. So where in the second, third pages and all everything, whatever is required and all everything uh, will be there in this. Now here you can see there is a new visualization of information which can be uploaded. Whatever the visuals and all everything from my files, all that stuff. So all these things can be imported here. So that is what generally we need to do in reference to this application. What is that we are going to do? At the same time, there is an option where you can transform the data as well, because whatever that we have done so far and whatever I have shown you so far about how you need to load the data, and whatever the data we have loaded and how these pages and all everything can be seen. That's what we have seen. At the same time, if you want to have any kind of data, for example, get the data from, let's say that we have taken, let me take one more as an example, right? So for example, let me take, this is the content I'm taking, right? So for example, this is the content I have taken, right? So yeah, this is the content I'm taking here, right? So this is the content I have taken, right? So I've taken one more content, right? So in the first sheet it was open, right? So in the first base, because in the second and third sheet you don't see any information as far as the application itself is concerned. So we could see only an option in the first sheet itself. Here you have an option, because earlier whatever I have shown you is on load. Now there is an option here we call transform data. How to transform the data? Here you have an option called transform data, where data transformation will be taken place. Right. So here you can see there is a transformation of data which was happened, because earlier whatever the sheet we have used and all everything uh, for the loading of all that stuff. Here in this transformation was taken place, where whatever the transformations do we have and all everything. So those transformations and all everything can be seen here accordingly, so that you can transform the data automatically. Whatever the related information we have, whatever the related information do we have, all that stuff, all this information can be seen here. At the same time, we can see an option of navigation, where we can see the navigation part. At the same time, whatever the headers do we have, followed by the kind of change type, what kind of change type is this application belongs to. So if you want to change any kind of information which is required as far as the application or the transformation of the data itself is concerned, we have an option where we can connect with this. This is one thing which we can do. At the same time, we have an option where we can use this text analytics, where if you want to analyze this text and analytics and all, make sure you need to connect with that. You need to have an option where you need to connect with text analytics, all that stuff, whatever the analytics part we have, and whatever the information something is relating to that. So that information has to be connected with, and text analytics can also be seen here accordingly. So these are the different things which normally is possible in reference to the Power BI itself is concerned. So here are the possibilities where we can upload the data from different formats, either from Excel sheets or from the database, like say SQL servers, all that stuff. At the same time, we have an option where we can connect these and all everything from even to transform data and all everything are possible here, right? So these are the options which are available with us in reference to the Power BI. So this is the one of the tool, one of the best tool I can say, like we were using nowadays, irrespective of the organizations, because irrespective of the job profiles, even Power BI has some advantage, because even for a new entrant can learn this Power BI and they can apply for an opportunities, because authentication and authorization and as well as valid information to take a business decisions is important. So this is not something vague, right? So for that, there is some constructive data followed by the kind of decision what is that we are taking. We require some kind of data which has to be visualized, and some sort of decision making is essentially important nowadays. So for that, Power BI is a kind of application apart from Tableau. Of course, Tableau are also using by the people nowadays. Apart from Tableau, Power BI is one kind of tool widely used across industries for this related stuff, because if you want to visualize the information, or if you want to take some decisions, or if you want to make any kind of presentations, all these things for the betterment of the business process, all that. So this Power BI is all this Power BI is being used nowadays and all. So this is all about Power BI. If you have any queries, please reach out to my contact details, which will be posted in below to the video. Thank you. Bye.